Cheese, cheese, cheese.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, the President traveled to Fort Dix to thank our troops, took action to protect Alaska's Bristol Bay, and announced historic changes to America's relationship with Cuba. That's December 12th to December 18th, or
Todos
Somos Americanos. The President began his West Wing Week by convening his national security and public health teams to receive an update on the Ebola response. Meanwhile, over in the East Room, unsuspecting guests soaking in the White House holiday cheer got treated to an impromptu serenade by the legendary Motown artists, the Four Tops and the Temptations. The holiday cheer continued on Sunday when the first family attended the taping of the Christmas in Washington concert, featuring host Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and his serious holiday lineup of performers. And don't forget the elves, they got some first family time too.
Merry Christmas. Hugs. What are you doing?
All right. You gotta be careful.
Oh, that's a cool move by the elf.
The President kicked off the work week with a trip to Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst in New Jersey to mark an important milestone. After more than 13 years, the President is bringing a responsible end to America's war in Afghanistan.
You've got new Americans with that same patriotism, that same sense of what we're about as Americans, that same creed that we can all pledge allegiance to, regardless of what we look like or where we come from. We're fighting on the same team.
On Tuesday, the President took action by signing a presidential memorandum to protect one of America's greatest national treasures and one of Alaska's most powerful economic engines, Bristol Bay.
It supports about $2 billion in the commercial fishing industry, supplies America with 40% of its wild-caught seafood. It is a beautiful natural wonder, and it's something that's too precious for us to just be putting out to the highest bidder.
Later in the afternoon, the Vice President attended the 35th anniversary of the National Menorah lighting at President's Park, just south of the White House.
Happy Hanukkah to everyone.
On Wednesday, the President announced significant changes in America's relationship with Cuba, beginning a new chapter between our two nations.
I do not believe we can keep doing the same thing for over 5 decades and expect a different result. We know from hard-earned experience that countries are more likely to enjoy lasting transformation if their people are not subjected to chaos.
That afternoon, the President sat down with ABC's David Muir to reflect on the momentous historic events of that day.
Change happens. It's not a straight line. It doesn't happen overnight. But the world has a way of seeping in, and good ideas about rule of law and democracy have a tendency to spread.
As Hanukkah continued into its second day, the kitchen was koshered and the first 2 Hanukkah receptions took place in the grand foyer of the White House. Well, you've gone and done it. Thank you for taking some time out of your holiday festivities to watch the West Wing Week. You can certainly find out more information about any of these topics and see complete videos of these events at whitehouse.gov. And from all of us to all of you, happy holidays.